And and you said it's how you behave and all that. How do you behave that was dictated by UND?
I'm very nice. There's something about growing up in North Dakota that teaches you a resilience. There are a lot of things you can't control in North Dakota, including the weather, including, you know, if your crops succeed or fail, including whether rivers flood. But you do know that you can always count on someone from North Dakota, that you're going to help someone out, that there's a brand of loyalty that comes from anyone from North Dakota, that you will protect someone with a fierceness that is pretty unparalleled. And that is something that's very unique, and I think UND has that. I think you see it in the sports programs and the support everyone has for that. But more than that, you see it in UND grads who look out for other UND grads and try to help them along, because you know who they are, you know who they, how they grew up and where they came from, and it's important to all of us. And it, frankly, becomes almost more important as I get older than even it was when I was younger.
Nice. And the fact that you pretty much know everybody from North Dakota.
Well, yes. Or I know someone who knows someone.
Exactly.
It's true. If I don't know you, my mom will.
How'd you get started doing archery?
I actually did not grow up doing archery or hunting. I took hunter safety when I was in 8th grade, like, you know, every girl in North Dakota. I took it with my best friend Laura, but none of our family members, our older brothers, would take us hunting, which might just tell you something about the fact that they were smart. But when I was out of law school, I would go recruiting to Yale, and I would stop in Michigan to visit my sister, and it was always during the fall, and she had taken up bow hunting to have something to do with her sons. So since I was there, it was something to do with my sister. We would go out and sit in trees in silence together, which is somewhat North Dakotan. And so I started doing it that way. And then I found a bow hunting trip called Does and Bows, which was an all-female bow hunting trip. And we would go on that once a year. And it just took on a life of its own. And I find it very zen-like to go out into the backyard, shoot a couple arrows into the target. And if I'm having a bad day or a bad time with someone, sometimes I hang a picture of them and I shoot the arrow through them. And it makes me a lot nicer during the day.
Now we're getting really.
It's true. I don't shoot the actual person.
Well, that's good. Are people scared of you when they find out you bow hunt?
Yes. People are surprised in California when they find out that I bow hunt. It is not that of an usual activity out here. But if they eat meat and they understand that if I do get a deer, I certainly eat the deer. They don't understand it, but it doesn't necessarily seem so off what they already know of me. I am a litigator, so we do tend to be pretty competitive, and so it fits with some of the nicknames that some of my clients have had for me, which, you know, it goes well with being a tough litigation attorney.
What are those nicknames? You can give it to me like a list.
The nicknames that clients had for me, the most prevailing one is Killa, with an AH on the end, which is how it's always addressed to me in emails. That's probably the most, Cobra, because you don't hear me coming, but it can be deadly. Those are my two favorite.